Okay guys, so that's just a small rundown of some of the stuff we do through our Christmas break, just to ensure that when our guys do get back to work, everything's ready to go. A couple other things we do, we make sure all the vehicles are serviced. We go around, we do a full inspection of the vehicles, check tyre treads, tyre pressures, just the registrations, make sure everything's current and up to date. We service obviously the engine, the gearbox, the diff in them. We always do our yearly major service. We come down, we spend about a day and a half down here just basically working on the vehicles. And that's purely just so when the guys do get back from holidays, there's just no delay. We also do a little bit of business stuff through that time. Our marketing, we sit down with my business partner and we go through our marketing plan, our targets for that year. That's very important, just so when we do get back, not only do our guys have the equipment to go out and do the work, that from a business point of view, us owners know where we're going, how we're going to get there, and what we're going to do when we do get there. So that's very, very important. So guys, get out there, look after your gear, maintain your gear. The gear is what earns the dollars. It's not you, it's not the operator, it's the equipment. You can always go out there and train a monkey to do this job, but if you don't have the right equipment, you're not going to do the job. Now, talking about monkeys, your staff. Over Christmas, guys, look after your staff if you can afford to, and if they deserve it, pay the guys a bonus. My guys deserve it, my guys get a bonus. It's not a huge bonus. I roughly work it out as a couple of days pay. Just basically pay them the bonus, let them know that as owners we do appreciate them, we do appreciate their work, their effort, and we do appreciate what they're helping us to build. And in regards to Washrite, they are helping us to build in the Waikato, the Hamilton region. We are by far the market leader. I look at our competition, probably our three closest competitors. Chemwash has 1 truck, 2 operators in our region. Grimoff, I think they have 3 Soccer Mum vans. I kid you not, guys, they are Honda Odysseys. So they have 3. Then other than them, you've probably got Softwash. They have 2 vehicles in the Waikato working, and I don't even classify them as competition. They use weed sprays, literally. So and here we are at the moment. We've got our 4th on the road. We're working hard. We've got our first franchise. So none of that would be possible without the staff. So our guys are good guys. So look after your guys if they're good guys. If they're crap, if they're lazy, bounce them to the curb. Get rid of them instantly. Even if you have to pay them out a couple of weeks, just get rid of them. A bad staff member is like cancer. They will take your business down. So get rid of them fast. If they're good, look after them, pay them well, give them good equipment, and they'll continue to earn you good money. Okay guys, we're out of here, so have a safe Christmas and we'll talk to you in the new year. Okay guys, one of the main things I do check is our safety gear. This is one of our generic harnesses we use when we're up on roofs or we're in the elevated work platforms. Scissor lifts, snorkels, knuckle booms, that type of stuff. So what I'm checking out for is obviously we make sure that they're within date. So they do have a date here of a destruction date. So the destruction date is the date that this harness cannot be used anywhere past that date. So this date is 31st of March 2026. So it was certified on the 31st of March 2016. So they basically give you a 10-year lifespan on the harness. I go through and just make sure that basically all the fittings work. If they need to be lubed up with a little bit of silicone grease, I do. Pretty uncommon. Just make sure that all the buckles are alright. There's no frayed ends. There's no frays in the harness at all. I also make sure that this is what I call a slingshot. So basically, if you fall, there's a couple of layers of I get strap in here that it breaks away from the plastic, it extends out, it does stretch, and it slows your fall down. So I'll make sure that's still wrapped up, it hasn't been used, as in no one's fallen off a roof and haven't told me. So that's one of the main things. We have 12 of these here in Hamilton, so I go through and check every single one of them. I take photos of every single one of them, and I store those photos on our hard drive, and that just proves every year that we've gone through and we've audited the equipment, make sure that it is compliant, it is safe, it is undamaged. And yeah, that's just a pretty simple procedure we do. Obviously safety first, so you have to look after your safety gear. The next thing we do is we go through all our fall ropes that actually hold us up on the roof, and we check those as well. They are also all tagged with a date, a use by date. I check the dates, I make sure the ropes aren't frayed, they're not half cut through. No one's tried to cut a small bit of rope off to take their dog for a walk. So yeah, we check all them. I think we've got about 30 of those, so that does take a little bit of time, but it is a good idea. So that's how we check our harnesses. It takes probably 3 or 4 minutes each one. We've got 12 to do today, so we'll get on with it. Guys, another thing we do every Christmas, and we do it periodically, is we rebuild our high pressure swivels on our hose reels. We've mainly got the Mossmatic high pressure swivel. This one is one that we've rebuilt. So every hose reel has 2 swivels. One swivel that's on the hose reel being worked, and then the other swivel gets rebuilt. So basically, when we need to replace them, we're not pulling off a broken or leaking swivel, rebuilding it to put it back on. We pull it off, we throw in the rebuilt one, get the rig back working, start making money, and then I rebuild them whenever I've got some time. So basically, to rebuild them, you obviously just pull off the retainer clip, pull them apart. You got a couple of O-rings in there, you got a couple of Teflon packers in there. It's normally the Teflon packers that wear away, which lets the O-ring move around, which causes the leak. We rebuild them. We basically just replace all the O-rings, replace the packer, replace the circlip that holds it all together, and then we just repolish it back up. Literally, we have an angle grinder with a polishing disc. We've put a little bit of compound on there. Literally takes 3 seconds on the angle grinder to polish it back up, and it looks, well, that one there looks brand new. We've had that one maybe 18 months, and it's probably been cycled onto a hose reel maybe 3 times in that 18 months. So the Mossmatic are very good swivel. They're one of the only swivels that we use. The other ones that we have used are I think it's a BA swivel. This one here come off yesterday. So as you can see, the difference between not rebuilt and rebuilt ready to go. So I'll try and take this one apart. So as you can see, when you pull them apart, you've got your black O-ring there, and you will see here they're still together. This one's got your black O-ring in the middle. On the outside you've got a rubber, I guess it's a bit of a packer. And on the outside you've got another small rubber O-ring. But it's these larger center O-rings, that one just there, and the one that would be there is what keeps it watertight. So again, we'll pull it apart, replace all the rings and the packers, clean it up, pull the old fitting off the bottom there, polish it up, make it look brand new, and put it back to work. I might have a few more in here. No, so that one there is literally the only one I've got to rebuild. As you see with that one, that's literally what it comes out like after I finish rebuilding it. Saves a lot of money. The rebuild kits are probably $5, $6 for these. Oh, probably no, about $12 for the Mossmatic and about $6 for the BA pressure ones. We get all of our gear from BE Pressure. Can't recommend them enough. John in BE Pressure New Zealand, he's the man to go see. Don't go to any of the big box stores or the pressure wash stores or the water blaster stores in New Zealand, because all those stores buy all of their equipment from BE Pressure. Go straight to BE Pressure, you'll get a massive discount. It's phenomenal. To give you guys an idea, a GX390 from the Honda shop cost 2,200 New Zealand dollars. The same GX390 from BE cost about $800, and all you have to do is buy a pump with it. That's how they get around it through New Zealand. So you literally buy a cheap pump for $80, throw the pump away, keep the pump, give the pump, sell the pump. You've got yourself a Honda GX90 for under $1,000, full warranty. Can't recommend it enough. Okay guys, one of the other things we do is we service all of our equipment. Very basic. This here is a Honda GX390. It's basically one of our older units, a bit of a workhorse. Let's have a look. As you see, oil is pretty black, so what we'll do is we'll get our oil suction device out and we'll change some oil. When we get back, we'll have fresh oil in there, and we know that before our guys get back to work after Christmas, all their rigs have got fresh oil, new oil filters, new spark plugs, and it's all ready to go. This is one of our smaller rigs. It's a Honda GX390, as you see, running a very small Comet pump, as in this one here is 18 litres per minute, basically 4,000 psi. We do have it dialed down with the tips we use, and it's putting out around about 1800 psi out of the tip. But we'll get the oil changed and we'll go from there. Okay guys, we've done the oil on this Honda GX390. Just pull the dipstick out. So as you see, the oil level is about 2/3 of the way up. What I do is I don't fill it right up cold. So what I'll do is I'll leave it sit for a couple of hours, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'll come back and I'll actually check the oil again. I quickly find that in that probably hour and a half, 2 hours, the dipstick has risen a little bit. I assume that's just the oil residue coming down the funnel tube and into the sump. So yeah, so I leave that for 2 hours. I come back, check it, top up if need be, start the motor to test it out. And yeah, we do that every Christmas, regardless if this engine had an oil change a week ago. I change it again just out of habit, so I know when the guys come back to work after Christmas, it's all done, it's ready to go. We're not stuffing around. Okay guys, sodium hypochlorite. This is our chemical storage here in Hamilton. As you see, it's a 1,000 litre pod. It's all ready to go. This is how we buy it in. A truck comes and pumps it into this tank for us. What we do for long-term storage, as you see down here, we have two valves. This valve here is the main valve that's built into the tank. We have a secondary Hansen fitting valve here, and it goes down to a little nozzle. And this is what we fill up our containers with. We don't take the 1,000 litres out to the job site. What we do is we make sure this valve is turned off. We open up this valve. We get a garden hose and we push fresh water up into here as far as basically there. Then we quickly, while the water's going, we turn that valve off. So at the moment, between here and back there is fresh water. That helps stop the sodium hypochlorite crystallizing and blocking up your valves while you shut down. It's happened once to us before, so yeah, we keep a close eye on that there. We always try and get our tank filled up just before we shut down, just so basically when we get back to work, we have a full tank, we're ready to go, we're not getting stuffed around. And the tank's always kept inside it's inside our warehouse here, so it's out of the direct sunlight, it won't degrade, so that's very important. The other thing we do, we come up here, is unlike our competitors, the so-called soft wash, they use a cheap ass shore flow pump, pardon my language. This is an old pump, one of the original ones. It doesn't work, but to give you a rough idea, what we do is same thing again. We make sure that we suck up fresh water into the pump and we fill the head of the pump into the diaphragm with fresh water. We flush it out with fresh water for about 5-10 minutes. Then we make sure we store it with fresh water inside the pump. This is one pump from 18 months ago that didn't get flushed out and basically destroyed the diaphragm over time. So we keep it as a bit of a training aid. We use it to basically pull it apart, show the guys how these pumps work, what's inside them. This one here, we spray it with chlorine on purpose. So it starts to oxidize a bit, as you see. Then after the Christmas break, we spend an hour with our guys teaching them how to clean the pumps. So this is our trading pump, the Delavan pump, as you see, 60 PSI at 26.5 litres per minute or 7 gallons per minute at 4.1 bar. Can't recommend these pumps enough. If you guys want to do soft washing, these are the only pumps to buy. Don't go buy those cheap shore flow pumps. They're nothing but weed spraying pumps. Okay guys, another thing we do, pretty simple one, is O-rings. As you guys will know, obviously the O-rings inside the quick connects perish, and nothing perishes them more other than drying out. So these rigs won't be used for at least a week, at least. So what we do is we go around and we replace every O-ring, literally the day before these rigs go back to work. And as you'll see guys, this O-ring here, is very, very, very good. There's almost nothing wrong with it, but we still replace it. Step back a bit. So again, each one of our service vehicles carries a little bag of O-rings. So in this bag there might be, say, 20 O-rings for the quick couplers and another 20 for the quick couplers on the end of the lances. But I always spit on them a little bit, and we basically just replace the O-ring. Pretty easy job, pretty straightforward. Anyone in the house washing game does this at least once a week. So that O-ring's changed. I make sure that the collar is free and easy to move. And tomorrow when the guys come back, or whenever the guys come back, that's ready to go. So again, we replace every single one of these. Just looking around, I might have 25 odd to change, of all different sizes. So this size is our standard size. We do have smaller ones on the tips of our lances, which is pretty standard. And yeah, we have quick connects on the end of our downstream injectors. I don't think I have any here on me, but we replace all those as well, just so when the guys get back, there's no perished O-rings, there's no leaks, and we're not stuffing around on day one back. Good idea to get into, guys. Change your O-rings before they start to leak. They work out like 5 for 5 cents, if that. I think I pay, for $2, I got 35 of them. So work that out, guys. Pretty cheap to replace. And obviously if they do leak, kicks your unloader valve off and you start to wear out your unloader valve prematurely. And as you see, guys, I always keep plenty of unloader valves because we do go through them, unfortunately. So I've got probably 3 or 4 brand new ones just sitting here ready to go. So change your O-rings, easy thing to do. Hey guys, if anyone's ever wondered what the noise is around here, it's I'll show you. It's little Pebbles, the house washing dog. Hey Pebbles, sit down. Oh, good doggy. You wanna jump up? Oh, it's a good dog. Pebbles, the house washing dog. She loves coming to work, loves coming down the workshop. She's a good girl. Hey, Pebbles, sit down. Pebbles. Psst. Hey. Oh. Pebbles. Pebbles.